Hey, this is AJ Donahue from Drum Magazine. I'm here with Ron Dunnett from Dunnett Drums. Tell us a little bit about what you got at the show.
Well, for 2016 and for the Winter NAMM show in Anaheim, I made a stainless steel George Way kit, just as kind of a one-off, but based on the response here, I think I might have to make a few more. It's all I brought for George Way this year. I'm still making George Way drums, but I had so much new product with Dunnett that I thought I better fill up the back wall with Dunnett stuff.
So you've made steel kits for Dunnett before. How does the George Way differ?
Well, it's that sort of club date configuration, and there were a couple of shells left over from the Ludwig Bonham thing, and so I built the bass drum and went, yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool.
Okay, so you've got some new Australian hardwood snare drums, right?
Absolutely. I have a new line of drums. I call them Dreamtime. These shells are crafted by a good friend of mine in Australia, in Queensland. His name is Paul Wary, master craftsman. I'm not really into plywood. In fact, I don't even call these plywood. I call them layered shells because plywood is kind of like plywood. It is what it is.
Sure.
What he's doing is above and beyond that. He's using Australian exotic woods. Look, like we got blackwood, we've got Queensland walnut, jarrah, spotted gum, and a host of other really beautiful woods. And the response so far, at least at the show, has been completely overwhelming.
Sure.
So I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited. I have a picture of this wall of drums that are now in paint right now, and I'm like going, wow, this is going to be a fun February for a lot of drummers because these things are beautiful.
So I think blackwood is something we don't hear a lot about. Can you tell me a little bit about the sonic characteristics of that one?
You know what? My theory and concept on drums like this is I take a gestalt view. I don't want to be a ply counter or a lug counter. I put the drum together and it has its own unique characteristics. So it's really hard to describe that because everybody's got different ears, but I go, it's got its own vibe, it's got its own mojo. There's some great videos up on YouTube, on Carter McLean's YouTube channel. If you haven't seen Carter, he's got the softest hands and he's got the touch and he knows how to just record the organic naturalness of this stuff, and you have to see it. So
yeah, they're outstanding.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And then you've got some new 2Ns as well, is that right?
Yeah, I introduced the 2N line probably last year or a little bit before that. They've been really successful, so I'm excited. And I thought I want to do something else and add something. I don't know if you know it or not, maybe you do, but the 2N name came from my tractor. It's a Ford 2N, it's a tractor model, and so for this year, I decided to make a high carbon steel model that has the hybrid edges, so it's got a flange on top, it's straight on the bottom, and as you can see right here, it's done in a battleship gray color, which is pretty much the same color as my tractor is. You know, it sort of ties in with the story of like, well, I have my workhorse drum, and I'm like, well, retire the horse because here comes the tractor, and that's really what it is. All of the 2N models are beyond workhorses. They're just, they just got something going on that everybody I think is really liking.
Did you mention a new hoop as well?
Oh yeah, all the Dunnett classic drums are now fitted with this new, it's basically a George Way design. George introduced it in around 1957. The guy was a genius, we all know that, right? He's like the Da Vinci of the modern drum set. And he had this hoop he called the double edge, double flange hoop, and what he did was he took a triple flange hoop and he's going, this is too flexible, and he took the top edge and flanged it over. And so now you've got this 2.3 millimeter hoop that is so nice and stiff, works beautifully with an 8-lug drum, and adds a little bit of top end to it. It's amazing.
Similar to die-cast in rigidity, but a little lighter?
Well, die-casts aren't really rigid, although people think they are. It's really a weight issue. So, but they are very solid, not prone to torsion. You know, when someone gets their favorite lug going on and the hoop starts to go weird, which is okay sometimes, but plus, you know what, it's just something else that is unique to my product line. So Dunnett and George Way, thank you, George, for making such an awesome hoop.
Thank you for making such awesome drums.
Well, thanks for buying them.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, and hey, thanks to everybody at Drum Magazine. Thanks for coming by. Love this magazine, love the people, Phil and the whole crew. Awesome.
Excellent. Thanks, Ron.
All right, cheers.